So, hi everyone, I'm just shuffling the cards. Right, so, what are we going to do? So sorry, I'm a bit distracted. I was looking out the window, people watching as you do, and there was about 100, I'm only joking, I'm exaggerating. There was about 15 teenagers, and I'm just going to rip the piss a minute, right? I mean, I have to. Literally every single one of the young guys had the same fucking haircut. I mean, it looked like the same guy had been cloned. Like, I'm not even exaggerating that bit. Like, I was like, what the hell? And they were all doing that, fucking, kicking the sleeping policeman thing. Do you know what I mean? The whatever. That is what it's called, the thing, the metal thing, the pavement, fucking kicking it about and that, trying to fucking, like in Dirty Dancing, when he kicks the thing out. When he takes the pole out, it's like they were like, who do you think you are, Patrick Swayze, mate? Do you know what I mean? It's like they were spitting and smoking, and you look about fucking 8. I'm joking, but honestly, some of them do look about fucking 10, so they're probably 12 or something. But then I thought, oh, do you know what? I remember being about, I was about 13, maybe I was, about 13, and I was trying to fit in the Cool in the Gang, which was my best friend at the time that I met at school camp, and she lived a wee bit further away from me, and she was amazing. I really gave her really good friends, but she lived in quite a rough area, and anyway, I remember I was kicking about with her and her guy friends and that, and yeah, well, it was like, do you know what I mean? It's just funny how it's like, I wouldn't be doing that now at this age. I mean, obviously, I'm 40 next year. I love being able to say that. A lot of people would be depressed with it, but I love being able to say that. I like being able to say that. I love being able to say that. But mind you, I did catch something. I did catch something the other day saying that 39 wasn't, their favourite year, but I don't know, listen, the people that are older out there, if you're, God, this is a wee, anyway, sorry, if you're new, my name's Claire, and healing is weaved through everything I do, along with me having a wee chit chat, a wee blather, which is actually channeling everything that I say is going to have something to do with it. Although I happen to think the first bit was just about making people laugh a wee bit, but it's like I literally just got drawn to that, right. I literally did just get drawn to that right as I came on here, so it's going to mean something. They were just being a wee bit rowdy. Do you know what I mean? That's what drew my attention to look out the window. But it just makes me laugh because it's fucking freezing. Like it was threatening to snow here. I don't think it's going to now, but it's just kind of like it's interesting watching those dynamics and remembering it when you were younger. Like, and even it doesn't really end a lot of the time, does it? It's like, there was so say there's about 10 boys, and then there was about 5 girls all huddling on the other side of the road. So they were adjacent to each other. And I was trying to work out, I was like, I wonder who fancies who. But it was and then they went even shyer when all the boys came over to the other side, and none of them were talking. It was just like, we're just standing next to you. I'm not even going to fucking acknowledge your existence. You know what I mean? So yeah, actually, wow. Look at everything I just channeled. I've just realised that fucking does have a lot of, that scarily has a lot of significance on the twin flame journey. I bet you one of them, or quite a few of them, fancy those girls, and you act like you haven't even fucking noticed them. That is the twin flame journey. Up until a point. Right, so, or actually, it wouldn't have started off like that, and then it went like that. That's usually how it goes, guys. Let me know on a postcard. Right, so, we've got to have a bit of humour about, we've got to have a bit of a sense of humour about all of this from time to time, otherwise we really would go fucking crazy. And again, the thing is, I think that's what's in the air, it's like this, I was just so, I told, and the one that I done, was it yesterday or whenever, I did say, I was like, I'm so fucking bored, I'm just bored of just a lot of shit, right, just same cycles, channeling about the same stuff, not seeing a whole lot of shit, it's just, I'm just bored, and that can change, and it's just funny, because I'm, I am the most patient person ever, which is incredibly unusual for an Aries at the highest degrees. But I feel just because there's so much Aries energy around. Now again, because I roast the other signs, I need to be fair when it's my own one. But Aries is passion, excitement, inner child magic, it's change, it's new beginnings. Oh, is the thing still on new beginnings? That was my client reading, but it's gonna be relevant to someone. And there was a lot about new beginnings in that reading actually. But it's also anger, it's aggression, it's assertiveness, which again, assertiveness actually doesn't need to be, assertiveness can be on the good one because we need assertiveness, but it's, it can be like raw pain as well. I do, when I see Aries in someone's chart, I always feel it's that raw kind of energy. But yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like and I feel that's what all that rowdiness is about. Outside there with that group, I think that's why it's like it's like they're. I'm just feeling that sort of masculine energy. Like it's a bit too much actually, but it's because I've got an Aries sun and I've also got my Venus in Aries. Like having Venus in Aries anyway, it is somebody that doesn't really like to be bored generally. But that's why it's important what you're. Okay, they want me to channel about astrology a little bit, and I'm going to do that a lot because it is my obsession. So if you don't like that, you're probably not going to like me if you're new. But it's. Oh, here's a going with that. That's why it's important to know your unique chart because a lot of the things that are said about specific star signs don't resonate so much for myself, and I can work out why, blah, 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 blah. Like, if you've never heard that whole story about me, I only really started feeling like I was an Aries from about 30 onwards, maybe even 32 onwards, but, that's when it started. Like I was feeling like I stepped into that, and before that I was really quite shy, and I would even say I was really actually kind of like a Pisces, because even yesterday when it was my niece's birthday, I said to my mum, I was like, because it was like, yeah, someone else that was at the house at that who had looked at their chart, and I'd said, she doesn't really know me very well, so I was like, I said, oh, I was really shy as a kid, and I just, before my mum wasn't in the room, and when my mum came back in, I was like, Mum, what was I like as a kid? And she was like, oh yeah, she was really shy. um, you know, what was it she said? She just said, I can't remember, she said something to that effect, about being really shy. Just basically, yeah, like I was just very observing of people and, human beings in general. But again, I'm Scorpio rising conjunct Pluto, so that is very intense and it is very psychic detective. And I'm still like that. Do you know what I mean? That's why I think it's interesting that when you see me all animated, oh, I've given this chat before, but somebody must need to hear it again. That's new. When people see me on the camera, like obviously this is just my hands, but when you see me on the camera and I'm doing my thing and I'm quite animated, like, yeah, that is a part of my personality. But generally speaking, day to day, like I am really quite laid back, and I don't like to talk a lot of that. You know what I mean? Like I'm quite happy when I'm with my closest people, just like, you know, I don't know, like watching a film or watching a series that we're watching. Like I do that with a couple of my friends, and you know what I mean? And it just depends who I'm with. I've got some friends where I would be more chatty and they're listening. I've got other friends where, that people are needing to listen. It's really quite balanced. But anyway, I don't know why I'm blathering on about this, but it's just, I suppose it's just getting across that it's, astrology is very real, and I'm finding it quite entertaining that boredom thing's kicking in a big way, because I'm always usually just like really quite happy to be alone, majority more than majority of the time. And I've never had this like kind of wave of I have to do something. But it's, and again, remember, because I'm a collective channel and a collective channel for Twin Flames, and they're pulling me to the sexual tarot over there. It's not the, they're not, where's the deck? I don't know where the deck is, but they're pulling me to the box. So I think they're trying to tell me something about, yeah, that sexual energy, that passion that's in the air. But I just, yeah, it was just really strong. And one of my best pals had mentioned the Larit there. She was like, "Look, do you want to go and see Magic Mike?" And I was like, "Yeah." I keep seeing the adverts, and I saw it. I don't know if you remember, but if you're a hashtag oldie, I'd actually said something in one of the star sign readings about Magic Mike, and literally that day was when the YouTube premiere of the advert for, you know, what's it called? Magic Mike's Last Dance. The other bit to the title is The Last Tease. So again, I'm telling you, there's going to be some significance in here. It was reminding me of a card I once bought, because I thought it was funny, and it said, "You're not Channing Tatum, but you'll do." So, so it will have meaning, but again, I think it's like, it's just using the analogy of that. Oh, there's the sexual tarot. Let's go. They're using. Wait a minute. Let's bring all of these ones over. They're using the analogy of, if Shannon Tatum's not your cup of tea, then you're blind. I'm sorry. I'm actually not joking. You must be blind. But again, let's face it. In these days, he's probably a fucking artificial simulation. I really don't like to think that. But think about it. It would make a lot of sense, because he seems too good to be true. He's fucking tidy. That means good looking. He's a lovely guy. He's got a good sense of humour. He's always very humble in interviews. You know, there's something wrong there. Do you know what I mean? There's got to be. But again, remember, everything I'm saying when I'm saying this, it's not necessarily my own views. My views are not my own. Like 11:11, someone's awakening. And that is true, because that really interested me, because what I channeled yesterday when that was like, I just want to pack up and be away, that actually isn't me. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you knew how much I love being a homebody and I'm not a traveller and all that, like I don't like travelling about that much. So it just shows you whatever I'm saying, I'm tapping into the energy of someone needs to hear it. And thank you, someone did actually email me and say that was totally my reading. So it'll be, you know, it'll be quite a few people's, but that, I do appreciate that, and people let me know, because some of it's like, you know what I mean, it's just interesting, isn't it? It's just always nice to know that it did actually help someone. I know they are going to help someone, but sometimes it could be like, I'm doing one and it's like someone's not going to subscribe for 6 months. It's a bit annoying. But we can control things. There's something about not controlling things. What else did I just say there? I suppose there's something about, right, there's two things, right? There's something about not being too suspicious, because you look about what I just said about Channing Tatum. It is true though, come on, everybody else must get, if you know about fucking clones and shit like that, people must think it from time to time. I wonder if he is actually real. Or, you know, or pure. I'll just leave it at that. I won't go too deep, but you know, it's just like, please, dark side, don't have got him, but he's, yeah, anyway. Yeah, who you rub shoulders with. But basically, it's about, yeah, like that's how you'd know someone's your twin flame. Whoever it is, your equivalent of, whoever you think's really good looking, in the public eye or that. Like, you know what I mean? If you were faced with them and your twin flame, who'd you pick? And that will tell you a lot. Because, yeah, it just will. Because it's a soul thing. Like, looks help and all that, and I'm sure you fancy your twin flame, even if they're not typically good looking, but that is, you're chasing the eye of the beholder, right? Okay. What else did I get from that? But there was something about the way I was channeling it. It was about it's too good to be true. So I actually think that's what someone watching this has been like in the past, or still is like about their twin flame. Nah, they're this, they're that, they're that. They're literally ticking all my boxes. There must be something wrong with them. Like, they're going to be a fucking nightmare when I actually get to know them better or something. You know what I mean? It's like, I do feel that as someone's kind of past thoughts or present thoughts or something. And again, that, you're not alone in that, but that does actually come from the conditioning, and it comes from previous experiences. But again, if you'd been like that from when you were younger, it could be from anything that you've seen from growing up in the public eye or personal life or something. You know, it can come from all different places. But yeah, I mean, I'll notice it when I watch this back, how that links together. But I could feel it when I was saying it. It's going to mean something to someone. It's like not believing, like just someone being like a bit of a dream to you. Like, they're too good to be true. They're too, like, this is like Star Trek, like a celebrity kind of. Interesting. But anyway, I'm just laughing because when you're watching this, I don't know about long back, I'll probably have just got in and I'll be having my quick bath and then getting my jammies on and watching Love Island. But I'm very excited to go and see Magic Mike, because it was a complete spontaneous, I was just like, right, do you want to go tonight? If you don't, we'll go any other night. And she was just like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. I love spontaneity. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm not kind of, I don't know, I'm not usually big on it. I don't like when people just spring shit on me, actually. I really don't. I think that's my ADHD. I don't know, it just makes me anxious. But that was quite spontaneous of me today. So yeah, I'm quite excited about that. So again, you see, if you'd watched the one before, you'll get what I'm saying. I was just like, the divine feminines need to do something. Like it was whenever I was saying that about the Queen of Wands, and because I'm in a fire sign, I am the Queen of Wands in tarot, as well as I identify with being like High Priestess or the Empress, or there's a few cards I identify with, but it's for that fiery, passionate side of me. It is, and it's like, I can't stand being bored. Like it's well, actually, wait a minute, that isn't. This is funny because it's kind of conflicting. Like, I can and I can't. It's like when it gets a hold of me like that, I do need to do something to get out the boredom. But it's like I know all the things that would usually stop me being bored, and it's all really quite simple things like well, I love walking beside the sea, and anyway, I'm not going to list all the things, but this was a bit different. It was like I really did need a change of scenery, and well, just be fun with my pal. You know what I mean? It was like I needed a bit of playtime. But again, there's other people out there that'll be other kinds of playtime. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of playtime. It's just, but yeah, that is what Aries energy. You know what I mean? It's just interesting. And then look, this is funny. What the hell are you waiting for? Get that shit done. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, I want to go now. I'm bored. I might not look. If you're waiting for a sign, we'll hear it fucking is. The weird way this is all coming out, right? I feel like this is just about if you were needing permission to say fuck it, let's go to something, and just spontaneously do it, and not fall into, but this is a bit last minute, blah blah blah. Because with that particular friend, we're both really quite similar like that, and it's kind of like, we're both laid back, but I'm kind of like, it's kind of like, look, if you can, great. If you can't, no big deal. We'll go another night, and it just seemed to work out. So I feel there is something about don't get in your head and just do it. If you're waiting on a sign, just fucking do it. Because it wouldn't have been a big deal if my friend was like, I can't go. Because actually, it was really funny. Like, I'd ordered an Asda shop and all that, and I had to like juggle all this shit about to change it. Like, but it's fine. My mum's going to help out and blah blah blah. Because I couldn't change it. So maybe it is that, because I don't like to ask for help like that. I'm good at asking, well, I'm better at asking for help, but it's kind of like I don't like to bother people like that. It's a bit like, oh, I get this. It's a bit like when I've channeled about, like definitely with you and your twin flame. Like there's a huge, I say this all the time, it's probably why I've got these in my hands. There's a huge sensitivity with twin flames about you feeling like you're going to bother them, when you're in that energy of when they're running away from it, you definitely feel like you don't even want to say happy birthday, you don't even want to say, hey, how you doing? It's not the same as another person, basically, because it is your energy. It's like, it's intense, and if things aren't balanced out, and because it shakes you up as well, and that's, in person it really shakes you up, but like even in a text, like, if you're not, you can be kind of taken aback by it. In a good, or a fucking amazing, or again, a not so amazing way, just because it kind of shakes you up a bit. And I think because even if you don't know what a twin flame is, like that, there is just that kind of awareness of it, and then people don't bother. And that's maybe a good way to know that, if that is that kind of connection, because it's not the ones I often catch people going on about where it's on one week, it's off the next, it's on 1 week, it's off the next. But again, each to your own, because again, it kind of irks me when I see people say, that's definitely not a twin flame, and this is definitely a karmic, because it's not always that cut and dry either. Because again, twin flames aren't perfect people. You think your twin flame's perfect, and they think you're perfect, but the reality is neither of you are perfect, and you're going to fuck up, you're going to make mistakes, and you just have to accept that, they're not a fucking perfect person, you know what I mean? That's it. A bit like when I was channeling about Channing Tatum there, like he's not a perfect person, like he's like, anyway, I'm not gonna I'm pretty sure he's not tuned in at this channel, but you know what I'm saying? It's like there's for all the things that I just said about, him being amazing, I have heard, that he has got struggles, but mind you, I think he's got ADHD as well, so that's why he's so creative and such an amazing dancer and all that. Oh God, he is kind of perfect, isn't he? Anyway, so but yeah. But he's not as well, so... But I'm not going to go on about all the things that because I don't think that's fair. Right. I'm faced with constant reminders of you. I want a new beginning with you. Oh, look, I did say... and that's from my client reading. Let's put that back and see if it comes out. Will you give me a second chance? See how that all flowed? So will you? I'm done playing games. Oh, somebody's talking. Somebody's ready to talk. I dream of you. Maybe this is why I've got this feeling that fuck it, I need to go and fucking do something. Because think about it, right? Let's get real here, right? I'm an Aries. I'm bored and I need a bit of something exciting to do. I'm going to pictures of my pal to watch a stripper movie. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't need to be a stripper movie. It just so happens it is a stripper movie. I'd probably go for the love story more than anything. But, and the dancer, and I love it. Anyway, I'm going for a charity, let's be honest. But I've not even seen that. I've not even seen the XXL one. I've seen the clips of it. I do need to watch that at some point, but I've not even seen it. But yeah, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like there's other, you know what I mean? The other Venus and Aries would probably be like, right, fuck it, I'm away out to get pissed and fucking have a one night stand. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's how it could go for some people. So it very much depends on your placements, because Venus and Aries can often be described as, with relationships, like kind of getting bored and then like on to the next. But that doesn't mean the slightest, because, you know, I've been single, literally been single for 20 years this year. And I'm proud of it. Again, I've not been celibate for 20 years, guys. You know what I mean? I've had my years of that, but it's... my God, I've had my consecutive years of that and, you know, still in it. But it's kind of like it's... yeah. Anyway. I didn't mean what I said. Divine counterpart. So that's almost like, I didn't mean what I said, twin flame. But again, you're not exactly going to be like, hey, twin flame. You're not going to address each other as like, you know, oh, divine masculine, do you want a cup of tea? Yeah, thanks, divine feminine. Do you know? And I'm also laughing too, right? Because the mug I used today was like, get me a fucking cup of tea. Like, I'll show you the next time I'm using it. And it was my best friend that gave me it, right? And I was like, why the fuck did you get me that? And she was like, well, you swear all the time. I was like, yeah, but I don't speak to people like that. If somebody fucking spoke to me like that, they'd be... they'd fucking find out, do you know what I mean? They better fuck around and find out what I'd say if somebody spoke to me like that. But do you know what I mean? It's quite funny. There's something in it that I feel, as much as it sounds like I'm joking, I feel people are walking away from situations where, you know, they were spoken to like shit. Or perhaps even you were pulled into, you know, retaliating with stuff like that. I don't know, but there's something in that. That's true. I wish you were here with me. Yeah, it is that kind of feeling of like somebody being where they don't, you know, they're not where they want to be. The chemistry between us is off the charts. Again, I'm getting that's kind of weirdly tying into what I'm saying about somebody's bored. Like, I wish you were here with me because I'm fucking bored, and the chemistry between us is off the charts. The chemistry here is not here. So somebody's in a relationship or a marriage, the chemistry is just not there. For whoever I'm picking up on right now, I think it died a long time ago if it was even there in the first place. Again, like I say, with a lot of these karmic relationships, it's not connection, it's sexual attraction and lust, which, yeah, can be fun for a while, and then when it burns out, you're like, what the fuck am I doing? And that's why, I get what they're meaning now. So I happen to have natal Venus in Aries, but Venus is in Aries right now, so be very careful if you've got an addictive personality or destructive, or, you know, definitely if you lean towards self-sabotaging, because with that South Node in Scorpio, for everyone, but definitely if you've got South Node in Scorpio, it is kind of going to the dark side a little bit. You know, I mean, it is addictions and stuff. It's like, you know, well, I've fucked it now, so I may as well make it worse kind of thing. So I really do kind of feel like I may be channeling past situations. That was weird when I said channeling. It sounded like channeling. But I say channeling all the time, and I don't think it sounded like channeling, but it did. Yeah. I channel past, present and future stuff. So I feel many people watching it might have a bit of a personality like that quite spontaneous. Again, a lot of people watch me have ADHD, and not the same type that I've got, the kind of type that it can be very destructive, especially with alcohol. there's just, it's spontaneity and you just kind of do it and then you're like, oh shit, what have I done? And there's lots of other different things that can be linked to that as well. But basically, yeah, I do feel that Venus and Aries is highlighting for everyone, even if you haven't got it, where you're fucking bored and where there's no passion. That's why I ignite people's, like I ignite people's passion. You know, like I ignite your passion and self-love for yourself, but I also ignite that light and that passion between couples, you know, married couples. That happens with any of my clients that I do therapy with, or even a session like it. I've read people's astrology charts before in my long, you know, my big session, the psychic astrology empowerment. I changed the name of it. I think I've put in the schedule astrology, but you know, that's an investment. It's a one-off thing. And by the way, for all of you that have had it, because there are a lot of you that have had that, but it was quite a few years ago now, you can book the hour session, which is like basically it's me looking at your chart, but I'll just, you know, within that hour, I'll just look at what's really standing out to me on the day that we do it. And anything that you need to know, any transits and that's really sticking out. I mean, it's just a chance for you to kind of catch up with me. If we haven't spoken a while and you want to know, and then, you know, and I can, you know, definitely if you want some cards or something, I can pull some cards. And that one's at the, you know, the old price. So just, you know, just for your, you know, just so you're aware, because it is very helpful is what I'm saying, you know, to know what is going on. But yeah, generally Venus and Aries, it's going to show you where you're just going to feel like what I felt today, like I need to do something, I need to do something fun, I need to do something exciting. And I've not been in the pictures in about 3 years. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting, you know, how, yeah, I haven't really thought that one through, mind you. Pisces season, kind of a terrible time to go. But because I absorb everyone's energy, then Pisces is a sign that absorbs everyone's energy. Because that's what's happening right now is I'm hiccuping. I'm transmuting the energy. So I might live to regret it, but fuck it. Do you know what I mean? You only live once. It's quite excited about it, really. And anyway, I better fucking go because she's coming in like 15 minutes. Just chatting away here. So that might have something to do with it. Please don't give up on me. Their songs keep coming on my Spotify like that. Please don't give up on me. So someone wants you not to give up on them. Alarm's going off through there. Emotionally unavailable. So that sometimes people could be emotionally unavailable, but they're not. It's not because they're with someone, and for some it will be because they're with someone. But if they are, I've already channeled it. Looks silent treatment, and that's why they're silent. There's someone keeping me from you. That's an interesting word in. But this is a destined connection, and I run away to avoid facing my problems. I'm going through a spiritual awakening. I'm battling my demons. But I'll come back for you with that passion, desire. I'm working up the courage to contact you. Wow, right, I'm going to turn off my alarm. I'm giving zero fucks. I was going to like top up my makeup, but what's the fucking point for the pictures? Do you know what I mean? I've not even took off my hoodie from earlier. I'm just like, I'm not even caring, man. I just want to go and do something different. Right, so what else do you need to know? What? Oh my god, look, what the hell are you waiting for? Get that shit done. If you're waiting for a sign, we'll hear it fucking is. This is a very weird channeling today, right? But what one isn't? And so that's going to mean different things to different people. But I shuffled and that one came out again. They broke your heart, fuck them. Again, that keeps coming out. That's going to mean something to someone too. Wow. Again, for sensitive twin flames out there, which is all of us, I'm not feeling that is toward you to your twin flame, or your twin flame to you, or whatever, you know, however that's going to work out. Although, let's face it, that can absolutely apply. I feel it's like the karmic people in your life that broke your heart. Not even romantic, it could be anyone that's hurt you. Putting yourself first kind of vibe, but just, you know, take it where it applies. It's more kind of like, to tweak it a bit, it's more kind of like if you have emptied all your energy out, constantly trying to be that person to always be there for others. It's about, be a bit selfish right now, right? Because Aries is, I didn't say that, it is selfishness. It's about being selfish, but it depends which way you look at it. Like, we've all been programmed that, it's selfish if you put yourself before other people. No, it's not. It's called self-love. And if you need to put on your own mask on the plane before you even seat your children, think about that one. You know, people always say, oh, my kids come before anything else. Well, no, because you're not going to be working and operating in all your balanced energy if you're just not looking after yourself and just everything is about your kids. You've got to have that balance, so you need to be in a good place too. And then, you know, obviously your kids are right along parallel, I would say. This is putting secrets and lies. Look, this is a couple that aren't getting on. Look at that. He's fucking miserable. Right? That's like two people that have just had sex, but he's like, this is not even who I want to be having sex with. That's what I don't usually get that from that card, but that's what I'm getting from that. And that you could be a man or a woman. Something's, a completion of a cycle is happening. I always feel like that man is just like, what's the word? Adoration or admiration or something of this woman. It reminds me of that film with the red roses around the American Beauty. I've not seen it since I was younger. King of Cups is somebody that has a lot of love for you, but finds it difficult to say it. The Towers, when shit's kicking off. Again, that reminds me of cheating, that card, for some reason. 10 of Cups, ultimate happiness. 2 of Cups, true love. Again, somebody's 10 of Wands is totally burdened. That's two people that have been caught up in the Venus and Aries energy, and they just need to have each other right there and then. Not really. There's the 6 of Cups is moving on. Again, same kind of vibe. So am I picking up on people that like to do outside here? I don't know. Maybe it's past memories or something. Right, so maybe it's future memories. Maybe somebody's fantasizing about sex outside. There's a word for that. Is that no, I don't know. There is a word for it, but I don't know what the word is. Right. Divine Feminine Collective is up for reconciling differences and reunion. No, they're not up for reunion. They want union, because reunion's like, hi, and then bye. And then you don't see them for ages, years, months, weeks, whatever. Union, take the re away, is when it's happening. There might be something significant about the 10th of October there. That's when all yous got divorced or married, something like that. I think it was divorces and marriages seem to be, yeah, but I feel that's relevant for other stuff as well. Divine Masculine, path of least resistance, chooses or grace. They're choosing between staying in the dark side or going to the light side. The twin flame is the light side. But they're clearing core wounds right now with a soulmate. And again, it's a soulmate, meaning you can have scouring pad soulmates. So I don't feel it's like, you know, because sometimes soulmates use for twin flame. I feel it's like feminine twin activating herself. That's the feelings being switched on in the twin that had pushed the feelings down. Violet flame activation. That's what I use every time I'm doing anything. It's in my energy field, clearing the energy. I feel a lot of healing going to the heart here as I'm channeling. Receiving cosmic intelligence, divine creativity, and surrender, dark night of soul. So one twin is in the dark night of soul, and that's what the delays are. It's time to forgive, healing, abandonment, and multidimensional healing's coming in for the divine masculine. And they're just in a battle, the head of the heart yet. Right. And see what I mean? I'm getting a wee rush from this too, because I'm like, oh, is my pal going to call? My mum better hurry up as well. See, my mum leaves it till last minute too. 33 minutes, divine masculine energies. I just pulled the divine masculine card. Just let go of the timing. Past life relationship, you've known each other before. That's why the chemistry and the passion, the connection is so strong. That's why this person feels like home. Well, they feel like home after they feel like, fuck, I just want to run like fuck. What's this bringing up in me? Wherever you're at, look, your soul is preparing to reconnect, trust the process. I pulled that card, I think for somewhere over the weekend or the Monday or something on the shorts. Past lives, there's double confirmation. But I know this anyway about twin flames, but that's pretty cool. We reunite with our loved ones over and over again through many different lives. I feel it's somebody having real, look, calling in your soulmate. Someone's having real strong things in their spiritual awakening about, fuck, I can remember my lives with this person. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. That can also be really challenging if you weren't even a believer in past lives, you know. I can imagine that'd be really weird, but the telepathy is just too strong to even deny. Like, that's how I do find it hard to compute when people don't know who their twin flame is. But again, I've learned over time, you know, that not to be so rigid with that. And I wasn't really rigid anyway from the start. It's just my connection with mine is really strong like that. And like I say, it will just be really interesting when he pipes up to see what his experience was of that too. Take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever. Venus in Aries, that's fuck it, let's go energy, guys. That's why my challenge is called that. Be authentic, that's Aries energy too. Be real and true to who you are and how you feel. Listen with your heart. You're listening, but need to hear with a loving heart. So there's something about really listening to what someone's saying there too. I kind of feel like this might be about when twin flames are contacting each other, about when you actually speak to them. What's that again? Listen with the intent to understand, rather than listen with the intent to respond. Think about that one. That's a very counsellor thing of me to say, but it's true, isn't it? Think about how many of us are listening to someone and you're just waiting to jump in with your response to be clever, or if it's an argument, even worse, to just be like, one up that it's. Because Aries, that's the other shadow things. Aries can be competition too, so it's about kind of, again, something I don't resonate with either, because I get that all the time, people try to compete with me, and I'm just I'll just be fucking taking a fucking sharp right off the fucking racetrack. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're all in our own race. It just, I can't stand. Because actually, again, when you're that confident within yourself, you are in your own lane, whether it's about your work, whether it's about love, whether it's about anything. And that is, again, I'll go back to it, that's what a good therapist will do for you. It's like, you just know that, you know what I mean? You've come here, you've chose this, your soul's blueprint, and come in with a unique, great traits and not so great traits. And, and you learn all these lessons. And it's like, why would you want to be someone else? Kindness counts. Love is your energy. Let go of ego. Yeah, there is something. Oh, that's the other thing. Ego. Aries is ego. So yeah, it's like, let go of the ego. So everybody just let go of that feeling that you need to be right or you need to be clever about something. I feel there's a softness needing to come in here. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. And I feel it comes from, you've learned it from others around you. Or programming. You've learned to protect yourself and your ego, but deep love, mother's milk, birth support, mother's milk, it is sort of occurring to me, you could have learned it from a mother figure or something there. Pulse of the mother, yeah, slowed down, time and nature. Somebody really could, it could be a mother, it could be a father, it could be none of these things at all, it really just depends. Or it could even be people in the public eye. That alarm's going off again. Protection, call back your power, cut the cord, soul retrieval. If you need a soul retrieval, that's what I do and everything that I do in these, but it's never going to be the same if it's not a personal session. Take a break. Life's a season, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. And that same saying, it's time for me to go to the pictures of my pal. Birthing a new age, because birthing a new age is not just about work, it's about having fun. So that means something to someone as well. And that sounds like that song. It sounds like I keep channeling that song. You mean something to someone, Dermot guy. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Dreaming a new world into being is you having fun too. So if you're miserable, missing your twin flame and wondering where the fuck they are, they're healing, they're in the dark night, so go and do something fun. It doesn't mean go and do someone fun. You know what I mean? Go and do something fun. See you later.